Ladies and gentlemen, I am continuing my ranting about how much I love my Speed 3, my MazdaSpeed 3. So last time I had just started it up for the first time. As you can tell, I've put a couple hundred miles on it now. I think about 300 miles over the last 4 days or so, which is not a whole lot, but more than I usually would because we were running back and forth to all over the place for family reunion events. But I'm glad to say that I have not had any startup noises from the VVT or timing chain, and the car's actually been running really well, but I've been babying it so far. I haven't really taken it above $4,000. Part of that is because I did kind of want to just take it easy and enjoy just learning the manual, which actually was pretty easy. I mean, that happened pretty quickly for me. I also had gas that had been in here for almost 8 months, I think, and I've been slowly, as I fill up, I've been mixing it with new 91, and I'll be doing that again today before I head to work to kind of dilute out any older fuel. And I didn't want to, hammer on the car and then find out got a little bit of knock or detonation and then, zoom boom sort of thing. So I just wanted to start it up and prove that I actually did do something right for once as far as working on cars. Listen for the VVT noise. Is none. It doesn't have that nasty when you start it up, so I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, yeah, I fixed it all by myself, so I'm pretty happy, and the car is an absolute joy to drive. If anybody cares, I might do a review eventually, but probably not, because I've had my normal Mazda 3 for almost 4 years now, I think, or over 4 years now, and I still haven't really done a review on that other than, hey, it's really fun to drive. So yep, no chain rattle, so I did successfully fix that. And I don't have to pay a shop and learn a hard lesson, or whatever, however I put it before. But so far so good. I was pulled over the first night that I was driving it because there's a headlight out, which is an ongoing mystery. I believe it's actually the ballast, since I replaced the igniter and the bulb, and neither of those worked. So I'm fairly certain at this point that it is the ballast. So I've got another one of those on the way. Unfortunately, it's not going to come before I get ticketed because there was a weekend right after I got pulled over, so I couldn't really order parts or whatever. Excuses. I'll probably get a ticket. The only issue that I've really had is that the turbo does smoke, and I've seen online whisperings of it possibly being excess crankcase pressure. So I do plan to do like a VTA catch can, a vent to atmosphere, for those of you that maybe aren't up on your jargon. So I plan to be doing that soonish. I also have a very big trip coming up, so I can't really spend too much money. But it's not so bad. If I drive gently, it's usually not an issue. But if I wind it out, once I'm back here at home letting the turbo cool down, I let it sit a couple minutes because I don't have a turbo timer. Yeah, sometimes it puffs smoke, so not a huge deal. There's also this guy right here, which scared the ever-loving crap out of me because I was driving along and it came on and I was like, uh-oh, I broke it already. But that's actually like a P0421, I think, which is the warm-up catalyst, aka Cat 1, I believe. I think that's just the first cat. But I do know this car has a Cobb downpipe, so maybe it's catless, or maybe it's getting, more airflow through there than what it expects, so it doesn't warm up as quick. I honestly am not really sure. But I know it's kind of a non-issue, so as long as I keep an eye on it, it's not really a big deal. A lot of people that when I was reading about that, said to just let your car warm up more before taking it anywhere, which is probably not a bad idea with a turbo car. Yeah, so there's that. Otherwise, I don't really have any complaints. There's a lot of grunt. Even when it's off boost, you can tell this car has a lot more power than the normal 3. I know, kind of an unfair comparison, but and then when you're on boost, oh my god, yes. This one's running Cobb Stage 1 Plus off-the-shelf tune, I believe, on 91. So I don't know that it's doing much over maybe 16 or 18 PSI max. I haven't even hit the max PSI. That much I do know. When I had the Cobb plugged in, I think I was maybe hitting 12. But oh boy, does it go. And also, driving it nicely like a normal person, fuel economy has not been bad. I've gotten 27.5 miles per gallon on 2 tanks, and one where I was a little bit more rambunctious. I think I got 25, or maybe about 26. So really, all things considered, not bad. So yeah, so that's my update. Whoop. 126,000, and our normal 3, or regular 3, just rolled over, I want to say 118 or 218,000. So yeah, got a little bit of catch-up work. Look at the smoke. Look at it. It does smoke from the exhaust just a little bit. Just a little bit, as I was mentioning. I don't know, well, you can see it on the camera. Oh, well enough, yep. Yeah, you can see it's blowing some smoke. I literally just did a pull on the way over here. Maybe like, not a, hard pull, but hard enough. And that was only maybe a mile out, so I'm not really surprised. But sooner or later I should probably figure out how to fix that.